Hello guys, you're welcome. So let's do a quick match preview for the Bournemouth versus Arsenal game that is coming up this weekend. This game is going to be an interesting game and it's going to be an important game for Mikel Arteta and the team. So as you all know, Arsenal is now top of the Premier League table with 4 points ahead of Man City, who played out a goalless draw yesterday against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. So that was a good result, and it's an advantage for Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal team. So ahead of this Bournemouth game, last season, this game is part of the teams last season that we dropped points, okay? But going into this season, we've been able to rewrite some of those results for last season that we dropped points. Like we've been saying, the likes of Fulham, the likes of Newcastle, the likes of West Ham, the likes of Aston Villa, this one now, the likes of, I think, Everton also. This Bournemouth is part of those teams last season that we did not get a point. Last season, 1 point we did not get ahead of both fixtures, both home and away. At the Bournemouth Stadium, we were beaten 2-0 because that game Saliba had a red card, right? At Emirates Stadium, we were beaten 2-1. So you see why this game is an important game tomorrow for Mikel Arteta and the team, because we must rewrite this result tomorrow. We must. So ahead of the game, Mikel Arteta has done his press conference and he spoke a lot in that press conference, so many things. But we are not going to dwell on all the things he has said. We are just going to pick few highlights in the press conference, what he said. So the first one I'm going to look at is the injury concerns. He says there is no fresh injury for Arsenal players, right? So they now spoke about Declan Rice. He said, I think the swollen has not gone down yet, but they are waiting to see him today in the training to see how the situation is like on his knee. So his own is kind of a 50-50. He might be available, he might not be available from what Mikel Arteta is saying about his knee injury. So, and he said about Calafiori and Mosquera, they are still out, right? And he talked about the improvement of the team on red cards. This question came up because of last season, Saliba picked up a red card in the Bournemouth Stadium when they defeated us 2-0. So we are going there now to play again. So that's why this question came up. So as you can see, this season, we've really improved on our discipline in that aspect, right? So he spoke about the January transfer window. He said they're looking for the right opportunity and all of that. We all know about that one. Spoke about Ethan Nwaneri. Every player is important in Arsenal. He spoke about Enzo Maresca and the fantastic job he has done for Chelsea. So there's a lot of things he spoke about, right? And another one I want to talk about again is consistency in the title race. The top 4 points now ahead of Man City. So all that is in the report. The report is a lengthy one, right? And let me take the last one. The last one is Trossard's impact this season. He spoke about Trossard's impact this season, how Trossard's levels has been going up each season in Arsenal. So since he came to Arsenal, we have been seeing an improvement in his level of game each season. So there is a lot. You can go to the Arsenal website and you can read the transcript. It's there, right? You can read it. So we don't want this video to be too lengthy. So when you look at this game now, we are going to play against Bournemouth. If we win this game this weekend, we will be 7 points ahead of Man City, waiting for them to play Chelsea this weekend also. So this weekend might be another good weekend for Arsenal and team. and it might be at another advantage, because in spite of what is happening in Chelsea recently, it's football. Those players can go to Etihad and put up a good performance, right? We are not ruling that out. But there is another disadvantage factor about what is happening in Chelsea. Probably it might affect them in the game. But no doubt, we are not concerned about Man City and Chelsea, right? The first point of call here is for us defeating Bournemouth, this weekend. If we can win our own game, then anything that wants to happen in the Chelsea and Man City game can happen. First of all, let us take care of our own responsibility. So going into this game, there is no fresh injury concern according to Mikel Arteta's press conference. So probably we are expecting the lineup that played against Aston Villa, right? In this Bournemouth fixtures this weekend. However, like I always say, if Mikel Arteta tweaks the team and changes the lineup again, I have said it here several times. As an Arsenal fan, I'm not worried. Whichever player is in the lineup or coming from the bench, I have had this confidence in them that they can do their job in any position they are deployed. They can do the job perfectly. See what happened in the Aston Villa game. When we had the news about Declan Rice being out, right? We wanted to see how we can cope without Declan Rice, because we've seen his impact this season in that Arsenal team, his work rate and his contribution. But you can see, in that Aston Villa game, we missed him, yet we were able to deliver. So these are the points that we need to look at, and you see that Arsenal is really making a headway. If you look at the start of the season, we've had key injuries to key players, right? Yet, we were able to put up a good performance to be able to still maintain the top of this Premier League up till this moment. Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Hincapi, Mosquera, Odegaard, Saka, Madueke, Gyökeres, Gabriel Jesus, Trossard has been in and out also a few times. What was his name? Timber, Ben White. You can mention. Yet, we are still getting the job done. So that's one thing I have noticed. That's why I said, because of this antecedent of injuries we've gotten, and we can be able to still maintain where we are today, both in the Champions League, in the Carling Cup, in the FA Cup, which have not started, and in the Premier League. This is why I said I'm always confident on whoever Mikel Arteta filled in as first team lineup, or they are coming from the bench. So this game is very important. We must take our chances very, very much in this game. The concerns we've been having in few games we've played now before the Aston Villa game, 4 games, right? I said it here, is creating chances and taking them, which we did well in the Aston Villa game, in spite of we creating more, but we were able to score 4 goals, which is a positive one. And the second one that was a concern also was the game management, which we were able to do also in that Aston Villa game. So as you can see, there was improvement in these 2 aspects in our games, which is very crucial to what we want to achieve this season, from now till the end of the season. This is where I will be anchoring most of my analysis on the Arsenal team. Creating chances and taking them, and game management. If we can be able to tie this together, right, perfectly well, then we are good to go. I will always say this. I'm telling you, I will always say this. So looking at the game tomorrow, we are confident, right, that we are going to get the job done tomorrow, because we cannot afford not to rewrite this result tomorrow at the Bournemouth Stadium. So every player is available, and we are all happy, and no injury concerns according to Mikel Arteta again. So Rice will be hoping to see if he will be available or not. But in spite of Rice, whether being available or not, we can still get the job done with the players we have. Okay, so for me, going into this game, my prediction for Arsenal in this game is a 60% chance for Arsenal to win and a 40% chance for Bournemouth to win, right? So Bournemouth is a good side, okay? And these are the things I will have to say in this game. You can leave yours in the comment section. Tell us, what is your prediction? What are your thoughts on the game? Okay. And don't forget to like the video. Okay. And if you've not subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. Okay. I will see you guys after the game for what? The match review. Thank you.